everybody, today is May 2nd and I'm kind of frantically trying to get the garden together. I have baby in bed right now, so I'm using this fancy claw here to till my soil and get my tomato bed going. I'm not ready to plant tomatoes outside yet. It's way too early for that. But let me show you kind of what else I'm up to around here and kind of keep you posted. I love spring. It's so pretty. Spring. My sister and I were talking, spring and fall are our favorite seasons. I don't know, I like all the seasons for different reasons. I have my strawberries in here. My mother-in-law brought me a bunch of strawberries. I've never grown them before, so that'll be fun. I have some kale babies coming up here. And there we go, there's a cute couple of little kale right there. These kale are from last year, and they are still kind of making produce for us, so that's nice. I have onions and beets going in these rows here, and let's see. I'm pretty excited about this. One of the old school family Japanese maples dropped a bunch of seedlings a couple years ago, and I planted them. So I will have a bunch of nice Japanese maples to sell down at the farm stand, probably next year, I'm thinking. Right here at the back side of the garden, I am gonna make this kind of long, narrow tomato bed. And I have some tomatoes and dahlias and peppers in this little rinky-dink greenhouse here. And I started my tomato seeds in March. Got my dahlias down there. And I hardened them off, I think, too much. So they're kind of looking a little sad, but I think I can save them. I think that they will be okay. New oregano coming up. So pretty. Okay, let's go up these little steps I'm making here. 1, 2, 3. And I have some tomato plants in these little cloches, little kind of mini greenhouses going on. We have an overcast day, but the sun is peeping out every so often. So it's actually a pretty good day to have these guys out here. As you can see, I tried bringing them out, and you know, you harden off tomatoes by bringing them outside in increments. And these poor little guys, I left out in the cold too long. My bad. But I think they'll be fine as long as I keep them warm and don't let them stay in this cold weather exposed. Now, I have decided for the farm stand down at the road, I want to develop a reputation as being the person who provides the most beautiful heirloom tomatoes and basil that money can buy in this area. People will come by my farm stand and they will buy flowers. So I'm gonna kind of focus on flowers, tomatoes, basil, maybe some peppers and some other produce. But they're all gonna come from this garden here and in this area. Roses there. Every year I'm going to expand. So this area in here will become garden. That area over there eventually will become garden. Look at all that brush from the tree that Brant cut down the other day. We're gonna burn that, and then that little area is gonna be a really cool sand pit for our baby boy this summer. He is already just going crazy out here. We've brought him outside and he's not quite walking yet, but he is crawling all the way up the hill and off into the woods if he wanted to, if we didn't go catch him. So he is ready to go. I'm cleaning out the studio, pulling stuff out, getting rid of things. I'm painting this big easel here. That's how I do projects right now, is I go a little bit and then I go play with our son, and I do little bits at a time. Here are some segments of that hemlock that Brant cut down, and And let's see, I want you to see my mess. Here's bits of what do you call it? Hazelnut tree. Filbert tree. Hazelnut filbert. Hazelnut saplings or willow saplings, I believe, make these neat wattle fences, which I have here because Red Bone, Miss Bone up there, likes to go number 2 in this area. So I'm blocking her off from getting in there. I'm going to grow herbs in this area right up front, right in front of the cabin. And here we have some wood stacked. And since it's hemlock, it will dry really quickly. I think I talked about that in my last video. This should be ready to burn by this fall, winter, just, you know, over the next few months. All right, so what else is new? Just trying to get everything ready to go. We have a goal by the end of this month to have this place looking really, really nice for my son's first birthday. We're having family over for that. And I want to have the Farmstand set up. I want to be up to date with the garden, which means tomatoes planted, other things planted. You'll see as I go along. I've been working on a really neat little illustration that I decided that I wanted to do these series of kind of fantasy homesteads in my head that I would like to live at someday, or just kind of like a fantasy homestead, you know. And the first one I'm starting off with is based off of the Little House on the Prairie homestead in the TV series. So it doesn't look exactly like the one in the TV series, it's just inspired by it. And I don't know, I just think these are kind of neat little illustrations. Either could be for a collection of homestead ideas, or a calendar, a children's book, or little drawings for a children's bedroom. I just think they would be kind of neat. What else? Got to get the siding up on the studio. Oh, duh. How could I forget? I'm totally contradicting myself all the time. I feel like that's what I do all the time, is I contradict myself. I have an Instagram account now. So I know in the past I was all anti-social media, and I still kind of am. Part of me is anti-social media, and part of me realizes that there are benefits to it. Anyway, you can, if you do use Instagram, you can find me at Allegra's Homestead, and I'll put the link below. And it kind of gives you more frequent insight into what I'm doing around here visually. Anyway, I think the key to Instagram is, well, I think there's a lot of different keys to Instagram. And actually, I was thinking of doing a psychology video about social media with illustrations. So I'll do that in the future. But I think that just kind of a quick teaser into what I wanted to talk about with those is that Instagram, you have to be, in order to use it in a healthy way, I think, you just can't look at it all the time. You can't have your phone on you all the time. I turn my notifications off so I don't see when I get reactions to anything, likes or hearts or whatever. If I do make a post, I don't look at my phone all day long. I just put my phone away and I go do work. And then maybe at the end of the day, as a little treat, I check out my phone and see the hearts and likes and things like that. Anyway, that's that. I have an Instagram now, and you are welcome to follow along. I was talking to a gal this last weekend. She has 5 kids. It was very interesting talking to this lady and her family, and all of her kids, they're all homeschooled, and they're just the neatest kids, and they're just so polite and ready to go, taking charge of their lives and doing great things. So the homeschool idea is something we're toying with. We don't know what we're gonna do. We kind of want to observe our child's personality and see what's up. Maybe we'll do a combination of different types of education with him. But I'm not super excited about the public school system in my area. So we'll see. We'll see about that. Maybe things will change. Oh, let's walk around a little bit. See, here's one of the Japanese maples that, well, the leaves are still new, but it's getting big, and I planted this from a sapling or a seedling, oh gosh, 2 years ago. And yeah, so that'll be a nice Japanese maple. It is nettle season, so it's time to harvest these nettles and dry them up, stick them in a jar, use them. We have beautiful salmonberry flowers. The salmonberries themselves will be ready to eat in about a month or so. And let's see what else. Oh, these right here, this berry bush right here, it has a purple, big purple stem. Well, this one's not as purple, but you can see it's kind of purple there. These are tough. The tree landed on it. I was hoping the tree wouldn't, but it was okay. I was happy with where the tree landed, but it did land on this berry bush. I call these thimbleberries. And look, they're tough. See, this one right here, it got crushed, but look, there's a new growth coming out right here. So this is going to be a very prolific thimbleberry bush, or whatever you call it, vine, I don't know. Here's another one over here that I am going to cultivate and allow to grow. And there's more down by the clothesline. There are more up the trail. They are the best berries. They're kind of a cross between a raspberry. They have kind of a raspberry consistency, but they're darker purple. They're really, really good. Well, let's do a panorama of the place. Oops, got that holly tree there. So we have the rose garden there. I need to redo the fence. That's a temporary fence just to keep the deer out. Last year my heart broke because at this time my roses were kind of where they are, a little bit more mature. I had some buds growing on all of them, and I accidentally left it open and a deer got in and ate them all. Oh, it was heartbreaking. Anyway, let's do a little panorama. And you know, I know it's a mess, but whatever, we're doing stuff. Don't yell at me. So yeah, here's where we are right now. And in a month, it'll look completely different, I hope. All right, see you later.